What's going on, guys? It's Nolan's Playbook. Today I have for you guys the Houston Rockets going against the OKC Thunder in that double overtime thriller. I told y'all yesterday I was going to give it to you today, and here I am giving it to you today. With that being said, I told y'all also yesterday that if the Western Conference is going to be like this all year long, we are in for one heck of a season, especially in the Western Conference. The Thunder got their rings tonight, or Tuesday rather. So they celebrated that before playing in the game. KD and them had to sit through that, even though KD was not out there to see OKC, his former team, get their rings. But man, without further ado, I thought that in the beginning of this game, in season openers, these teams they come out flat because you got the nerves, the butterflies. No, OKC and the Rockets, they came out running and gunning like they had been playing basketball for 6 months. So it was not a slow start at all by any stretch of the imagination or any stretch of the means by both teams. So let's get right into it. For the Rocket side of things, we know that Ime Udoka went with the big lineup of 6'11 guys. Steven Adams, he started Steven Adams, Alfred Sengun, KD, Jabari Smith Jr., and Amen Thompson. Those guys are 6'11, except for Amen Thompson, who is 6'7. But Amen Thompson was the starter at point guard. Remember, the Rockets are going to do the ball handling thing by committee, which concerns me. And what I talked to you guys 2 weeks ago about the Western, when I was previewing the Western Conference, I was telling y'all I had the Rockets like 5th, only because Fred VanVleet tore his ACL, and that's a ball handler that they desperately are going to miss. So they're going to do it by committee with Amen Thompson, KD, Alfred Sengun, and Reed Sheppard. And Reed Sheppard, he did struggle. But before I get into all that and get deep into that, let me give you the stats of the Houston Rockets. So obviously Steven Adams started. He had a huge impact with 4 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. Steven Adams is always going to do dirty work. He's always going to block shots, give you the rebounds, give you extra possessions. The things that Steven Adams does not show up on the stat sheet. Reed Sheppard came off the bench, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 from 11 from the field, and 2 from 7 from downtown. I think that Reed Sheppard struggled with his shooting in his opening game because of the ball handling duties. OKC has very good defenders with Lou Dort, Casey Wallace, the Alex Caruso's, SGA, Aaron Wiggins. Those guys like that, they get after it defensively. So with Reed Sheppard ball handling, which is not his strong suit, Reed Sheppard is a shoot-first point guard. I think that OKC's ball pressure really bothered him, and that's the reason why he had his offensive woes. Amen Thompson had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 8 for 17 from the field. He was 0 for 7 for downtown. Now, one thing that Amen Thompson did well, he did a good job of getting downhill. Attacking the basket, going to the basket. That's his strong suit. That's one of his strengths. Now, one of Amen Thompson's weaknesses, as we know, which he's going to improve on this, is his three-point shooting. He was 0 for 7 for downtown. Any team will live with Amen Thompson shooting a three-point shot rather than him getting downhill and getting to the basket. So, obviously, the OKC Thunder defense laid off him. They let him shoot. He didn't make any. He was 0 for 7. But he's going to bring the energy. He's going to get downhill. He's going to bring it defensively. The ball handling is not his strong suit, at least yet, but they have to do it by committee. Jabari Smith Jr., 16 points, 5 rebounds, 7 for 15 from the field, 2 for 6 from downtown. Jabari Smith Jr. had a nice, solid game. He did what Jabari Smith Jr. does. Getting his three-point shot, getting his mid-range game, attacking the hoop when he can. And it was a nice all-around solid game for Jabari Smith Jr. Now, Alfred Sengun balled out 39 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds, 12 from 24 from the field, and 5 for 8 from downtown. We know that Sengun, baby joker, I call him. We know he going to get his points. We know that he's going to get his guys involved with his passing game. We know he's going to rebound. One thing that I love that Alfred Sengun did, he's extending his range every season. He hit 5 threes in this game out of the 8 attempts. That's pretty solid. I like that. I like that. I like him more inside. But if you gonna go 5 for 8 from downtown, that's pretty good. That means that you've been in the gym working on your jump shot. And that's keeping the defense honest. They got to figure out whether they gonna guard you in the paint, whether they gonna guard your mid range game, or what they gonna do as far as guarding you on the 3-point line. So Alfred Sengun did a nice job of mixing it up, getting his teammates involved, getting his points, and getting his assists. Now the Slim Reaper, KD, KD gonna ball out 23 points, 3 assists, 9 rebounds, 9 for 16 from the field. KD was 0 for 4 from downtown. It's rare that you see KD not hitting a 3 in a game. KD was getting to his mid-range, getting to the free throw line, even though he missed one key free throw in overtime. Was it overtime? No, it was the fourth quarter. He missed one key free throw in the fourth quarter. Houston probably could have won the game in regulation had KD knocked down that free throw. With that being said, though, all around though, KD doing KD like things. Nice game for KD. He scored 23 in his Houston Rockets debut. One thing that this Houston Rockets team is gonna have to learn is how to play with KD, and KD's gonna have to learn how to play with them. It was times in this game for the Houston Rockets where Sengun, he kind of deferred to KD a little bit, and it was one possession where KD passed it to Sengun, and Sengun's acting like he don't know what to do with it. He passes it back to KD, and KD passes it back to him like, hey, bro, this your team. You got it. Go do your thing. Like, don't pass it back to me. Don't rely on me. You got it, Sengun. And he had it because he scored the bucket. So this Rockets team, they going to really have to learn how to play with KD versus KD learning how to play with them. When a star feeds you the rock and say, hey, bro, you got it, that means that they have confidence in you as a team, as a teammate. So go do your thing. Don't rely on me. I'm here if you need me, but don't rely on me. And that's what basically KD was sending the message to when he passed it back to Sengun, like, go do your thing, bro. You good. The Rockets played a good first half in this game. They were supposed to be up by 10, but a stupid foul by Josh Okogie at the end of the quarter before halftime fouling A.J. Mitchell on a 3-point shot, and it was a 4-point play, cut the lead down to 6. Other than that, in the first half, the Rockets played a really nice, solid ball game. And the Rockets, you could say they lost it from the free throw line too with the KD missed free throw. You can also say that what I keep addressing to y'all is the ball handling. The Rockets had 24 turnovers. OKC only had 12 turnovers. A lot of that had to do with the ball handling. The second part of those turnovers had to do with OKC turned up their defense in the second half too. You got Caruso getting steals. You got Caruso guarding Sengun, and that's not a mismatch either. You got SGA getting after it. You got Lou Dort getting after it. You got Aaron Wiggins getting after it defensively. So OKC was also forcing steals. OKC had 11 steals in this game to the Houston Rockets 6. So out of 24 turnovers for the Houston, ball handling, OKC steals, and getting after and pressuring the Houston Rockets team defensively. For the OKC side of things, Caruso, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 for 9 from the field, 2 for 6 from downtown. Aaron Wiggins, he had 10 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 4 for 8 from the field, 2 for 5 from downtown. Aaron Wiggins had a nice poster dunk on Clint Capella. And that's what also got this OKC team going. A.J. Mitchell off the bench was balling out. A.J. Mitchell had 16 points off the bench, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 4 for 8 from the field and 2 for 5 from downtown. A.J. Mitchell, you came in off the bench, you did your thing. You was a spark plug for this OKC team. OKC would not have won this game. And not only that, OKC would not have cut the lead had it not been for A.J. Mitchell's 4-point play before the halftime, because they would have been up by, Houston would have been up by 10. A.J. Mitchell puts a 3-point shot, gets fouled by Josh Okogie, 4-point play. Next thing you know, at halftime, OKC's only down by 6. So A.J. Mitchell was a huge spark plug off of OKC's bench. And we know with OKC, they have a whole bench that's really could be a starting 5. So it's not like the guys coming off the bench are role players. Those guys could be starters. A.J. Mitchell, just another example of it. Isaiah Hartenstein, 6 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 for 5 from the field. You know Hartenstein, what he gonna do, even though he was rusty. Cason Wallace started in this game, he took J-Dub's place because J-Dub is still recovering from off-season surgery. Casey Wallace had 14 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 5 for 10 from the field, and 3 for 8 from downtown. Casey Wallace hit 3 huge threes. He hit 3 huge timely threes. And his offensive game, you could see that he was in the lab this summer working on his offensive game because it came along nicely for opening night. Lou Dort, 6 points and 6 rebounds, 5 assists. It wasn't Dort's night as far as shooting, but he was 2 for 12 from the field and 0 for 8 from 3. I give Lou Dort a lot of slack for that because, Lou Dort had to guard KD. That's tough to do. That's really tough to do. And that can take a lot out of you offensively, even though OKC doesn't really need Lou Dort offensively. But he had to guard Durant, so that takes a lot out of you. So Lou Dort was a pit bull. He got after it defensively. He did a great job. He was the reason why KD was only held to 23 points. Even though KD was still efficient, you still only held KD to 23 points. And if you holding KD to just 23 points, you done a pretty solid job, even though KD was pretty efficient. Chet Holmgren. This was Chet's chance to show what Chet Holmgren could really be with J-Dub being out of the lineup. OKC would have been in huge trouble in the first half had Chet Holmgren not contributed because SGA, he didn't have it going in the first half. SGA was just going through the motions. Of course, it's opening night. It's the first half. SGA was going through the motions. Chet Holmgren said, "Hey, bro, I got you. We gonna do the thing." And Chet did the thing in the first half. Chet had 28 points. He started off the game. He was like 7 from 7 from the field. He had like 19 points in the first half. He couldn't miss in the first half. Literally, he was like 7 for 7. Chet had a very solid first quarter, and he just had a very solid first half overall. Getting to the free throw line, getting to the paint, hitting his 3-point shots. Chet had 28 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 11 for 17 from the field, and 2 for 5 from downtown. Very great first half. The only thing that I would say that's a negative for Chet Holmgren is in the second half, OKC, y'all went away from the man that was hot in the first half. I think it was in the fourth quarter, they gave the ball to Chet. He shot at Jay. He missed it. You know why he missed it? Because OKC had went away from the whole second half, and then y'all give him the ball in a spot in the fourth quarter, and he doesn't hit it. You keep feeding the guys that are hot. You don't go away from them. That's one thing these teams in the NBA have. These problems, I should say, that these teams have in the NBA. When a guy is hot, you don't go away from that guy. You keep feeding him till he cools down, until he not hot no more. But other than that, first half, Chet had a really good game. But that was okay because in the second half, SGA was not going to stay quiet for long. SGA had 35 points, 5 rebounds, and assists, 12 for 26 from the field, and 1 for 9 from downtown. Now, I'm not happy that SGA took 9 threes and only hit 1. I think he was settling a lot, especially in the first half, and just going through the motions of getting a ring on opening night. And I think that had a lot to do with it because in the fourth quarter, SGA had 12 points in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter in double overtime, as a total, SGA had 24 points. So SGA had a way better second half in double overtime than he had in the first half combined. And he was able to get to the free throw line, even though he missed 4 free throws. That's un-SGA-like. In the overtime, the first overtime, we thought that OKC was going to run away with this game because I was like, Houston, if y'all are the Houston Rockets, don't let OKC go on one of those little OKC runs that they like to go on. And OKC, they kind of did that because in overtime, OKC, the first overtime, they was up 110 to 104. And you're like, uh-oh, the game is over. The game going to be over. But the Rockets, they stood their ground. They came back. They fought back in the first overtime. Şengün tied it up at the end of the first overtime with the dunk to tie the game. They tried to go to SGA for the jump shot, and it didn't happen. That was in overtime. Now, ending the regulation, ending the fourth quarter, you see that the Rockets, they have a foul to give with the tie game. Fourth quarter, SGA has the ball, well, not tied momentarily, but the Rockets up to momentarily in the fourth quarter. Houston has a foul to give. Asar Thompson does not take the foul on SGA. SGA hits him with the mid-range jump shot going to his left. That ties the game. That ultimately sent it into overtime. But you see that Ime Udoka was hot. And I really think that Ime Udoka was hot because the Rockets didn't take the foul that they had to give. The Rockets had a foul to give. You take the foul. Not only that, Ime Udoka, you could be mad that the Rockets did not take that foul because they had a foul to give. You could be mad at that all you want to. That's all fine and dandy. One thing I'm going to tell y'all is I'm not going to let SGA have the ball in his hands in the fourth quarter with a chance to tie the game and send the game into overtime. That was a huge mistake by Ime Udoka and his coaching staff. If it's one person that is not going to beat me, I'm making sure Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does not beat me. It's no way in the world that y'all did not double team SGA. Y'all just left Thompson on an island by himself to defend SGA, and y'all hope that he would have got the stop or that he would have gave the foul. Heck no. I'm sending the double team at SGA. I'm sending the triple team at SGA. I'm throwing the whole team at SGA. SGA gonna have to make the pass and let somebody else beat me. There's no way in the world I'm letting SGA beat me. He would have never got that shot off because I would have been double teaming the mess out of him or triple teaming him. He would have to pass the ball and y'all would have to get the ball out of his hands. That is completely unacceptable. So Ime Udoka, if you want to be mad at anything, you need to be mad at y'all selves for not telling y'all guys to double team and get the ball out of SGA's hands. He's a star player. You don't want the star player taking the last shot because they're probably going to burn you. And that's exactly what SGA did. And that's one of the things that contributed to this Houston Rockets loss. And then in that overtime, the controversial thing was KD called timeout. The Rockets did not have any timeouts. You know, if you don't have any timeouts, that's an automatic technical foul. The opposing team gets to go to the free throw line to shoot the free throw to ice the game. The referee somehow did not see KD call timeout. No, none of the three referees saw it. So Houston got super, super lucky that the refs didn't see it because SGA is going to go to the line. He's going to knock down the 2 free throws. Game's going to be over. But the referees didn't see it. So the Rockets, they got bailed out big time. And then in the second overtime, OKC wins the game because on the last possession of double overtime, KD plays great, solid defense, but you know that SGA has all these finesse moves. He's going to do everything he can to possibly get you up in the air and get to that free throw line. And that's exactly what he did. He got KD up in the air. He fouled KD out of the game. And SGA got KD in the air. SGA goes to the free throw line, drains 2, double overtime, game over. OKC wins 125 to 124. KD initially played great defense. He really did. But SGA has all the moves in the freaking world that he was able to finesse KD and get him up in the air. And KD couldn't stay down. Again, even though KD's 6'11" and he got a 7-foot wingspan, I am throwing a double team at SGA. I am not allowing this dude to beat me, the league MVP. I am not allowing this dude to beat me. There's no way in the world. In this game, Houston was 11 for 39 from 3. That's 28%. OKC wasn't much better. They were 13 and 52 for 3. That's 25%. Both teams shot it well from the free throw line. Houston was 27 and 31. That's 87%. OKC was 20 and 25. That's 80%. With this tall lineup, the Houston Rockets out-rebounded OKC 51 and 39. Houston had 16 offensive rebounds. OKC had 12 offensive rebounds. Defensive rebounds, Houston had 35 defensive rebounds. OKC had 27 defensive rebounds. Assists. OKC 29 assists, Houston 23 assists. What I like from the passing game from OKC is their starters. Hartenstein had 5 assists. Cason Wallace had 5 assists. Lou Dort had 5 assists. Chet had 2 assists. SGA had 5 assists. So this OKC starting lineup had 5 assists except for Chet Holmgren, which he had 2. Other than that, the other 4 guys, they all had 5 assists each. So passing the ball and not just relying on SGA, that's all good. You know that this Thunder team was going to be good defensively, especially in the second half. They picked it up in the second half defensively. They forced 11 steals to Houston's 6. The Rockets had 5 blocks to OKC's 4. OKC, they won this game, especially on fast break points. OKC had 16 fast break points to the Houston Rockets 2. The largest lead in this game for the Rockets was 12. OKC's largest lead in the game was 6. So OKC was able to keep this game close because they were able to pick it up defensively in the second half, and they were able to stay right there and overcome that, and they were finally able to get over the hump and take a little lead, and that's how they won this double overtime game thriller. Like I keep telling y'all, I told y'all 2 weeks ago, losing Fred VanVleet is huge. Houston does not have a ball handler. It's not Amin Thompson's strong suit. It's not Reed Shepherd's strong suit. It's not Şengün's strong suit. KD can ball handle, but KD also needs a point guard too. So Houston could have won this game if they had a ball handler. I just feel horrible that Fred VanVleet's going to be out for the year. But man, this is a preview of the Western Conference Finals. And if the Western Conference is going to be like this, man, I am all for it. With that being said, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the season opening game with OKC and the Houston Rockets. We'll be back for more of It's Nolan's Playbook. And I will catch you guys later.